Josh, it's been an awesome program and or opportunity, I should say, for the community. And your company has often been involved in these kinds of projects.
Yes.
Can you give me an idea as to some of the other things that you've done and that you're going to do?
We have worked for a variety of clients through the years. Our company has been in existence for 25 years. We've had a Mount Pleasant office since 1989. So in that time, our company has done over 4,000 projects that deal with history and archaeology.
Is that right? In South Carolina as well?
Not just South Carolina, but I'd say a large portion of them are South Carolina.
So does your company follow projects like the Palmetto Commerce Parkway, which was required at some point to mitigate? We took some right of way to build this road. It had to be mitigated according to the South Carolina Department of Transportation.
Right.
And are these generally the way, or is this generally the way that you get your work?
We are typically asked to do work, and it's generally when the client needs to get a certain permit to construct a road or a bridge or a housing development. So we come in as a requirement of that permit. So over the years we've done hundreds, maybe close to 1,000. I don't know the exact number of projects in and around Charleston County.
What's exciting to me is that the public sometimes doesn't realize that while the road has gone up, or while the natural habitat may have been invaded to some degree, that there is still the desire on the part of the government to take care of as much of that land as they possibly can.
Right.
And that's why we're here.
I mean, you know, development is a necessary part, especially down here in Charleston. You want better roads to be able to get places quicker and more efficiently. And it's good that knowledge will come out of a project like this because, like I said earlier, otherwise people may not know what went out in this sort of nondescript swamp 300 years ago, but there a long time ago. It's a very active place.
Well, it warms my heart to think about the fact that we've captured at least a little bit of the history, and that history and progress can work together.
Right. Yeah, it's good. I mean, like I said, without this progress, we wouldn't have had an opportunity to tell this history. So I feel that this project had great contributions to local and state history.
Would you do another one like this?
Yeah.
There's a lot of muck and mire down there. I remember when we went walked through there, it's something else.
More and more we are recording these inland rice fields and just building on our knowledge of it. And I would say that our company, Brockington Associates, has probably seen the most of these of anyone, and we have been consulting with the SHPO as to best deal with these rice fields. And
rice has always been a very important part of South Carolina's economy. It's tobacco and then rice.
Right.
And I don't know which one came first, but it made this state and the plantation owners very, very rich. And this rice was exported to various parts of the world.
Yes.
Was it not?
It was.
And there was a claim, I believe, by South Carolinians that we grew more rice than the Asiatic countries.
I think at some point we did, yes.
And we were sending rice even to them.
Yes.
So it's important for our youngsters to know that something that is now a staple. I don't know how many meals you have without rice, but I never had many.
Right.
They were mostly rice that was involved.
Charleston has a long history of rice, like you just said.
Yeah.
And every time you sit down to eat a meal with rice, you can think of places like this where 300 years ago it all started. Let
me go back to SHPO for just a moment. Do you always go through them or work with them on projects like this? And is it important to them that we do these kinds of projects? Who knows first? Is it that they say, we believe there's a rice field there, we want you to make sure that you're not invading it, and if you do, we want you to do something to mitigate that problem? Or does the government come forward like the county and say, we think we found something important, we better tell this historic organization? Which comes first?
Well, it's best if all this is taken care of before they start building the road and know that anything is out here. I believe in this particular project, the county was wanting to get a permit from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. So the Corps of Engineers consulted with the SHPO, and SHPO said, yes, based on where you are, you know, there's been archaeological sites recorded in the area. We feel there's a high probability of additional sites. We feel that someone should do an archaeological survey out here.
So SHPO knew this, and this organization is based in Columbia.
Yes.
And it's for the state to
Yes.
preserve and to protect
Right.
our heritage and all of these kinds of important places. So they knew it was kind of, we were in the vicinity when we were building Palmetto Commerce Parkway.
Right.
And so we better take a look at that. And so we had to stop, take a look at that, and we found your company who then helped us to come up with some way to preserve this area.
Yes. So that's how our business works. People generally ask us. We always monitor to see if upcoming projects are coming up, which may require cultural resources studies, and we certainly go after those projects.
Well, I've got to ask you quickly about the website.
Yes.
Are we going to be able to read more about this and see photographs of the archaeological work that was done out here?
I would hope by early 2012, if not sooner, that website will go live. As part of this project, we designed a complete website for Charleston County. It talks about the phenomenon of inland rice agriculture. It has a great wealth of photographs, stories, documents that I think a lot of people would find valuable.
Wow.
And people will have access to that very soon.
And that's going to be good. And we should also say that there's going to be a link that talks about all of the African involvement coming from West Africa all the way to Charleston County and this area, which we call the Palmetto Commerce Parkway.
Yes.
And we reserve that, or preserve that, I should say. And we also, we want to make sure that everybody knows that that's a part of it.
Right.
And they should come and see what the ancestors of all of us, not just some of us,
Right.
helped to put into place here in Charleston County. Again, it's been a pleasure.
Me too.
A pleasure talking with you.
Thank you.
And we'll be seeing you hopefully on some other projects like this.
I hope so too.
There's a lot of history in Charleston,
We'll find
South
more and
Carolina.
more every day.
We hope that you've enjoyed our program. It's a wonderful, wonderful activity for school children, for families. When all of this is completed, and it will be announced in the media in some way, so keep your eyes open for that and come out and take a look at the walkway where you can observe what was once very important history in Charleston County, and that history was of the inland rice plantations. We hope that you've enjoyed our program as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. This has been Charleston County, RoadWise, and more. I'm Cheryl Harleston.
For more information about RoadWise projects, visit us at ccroadwise.org and follow us on Twitter and Facebook.